All right, listen up. I didn't want to do this video because I know how dangerous it can be, and I don't want to stunt your guys' chance of success on Amazon. But it is the most requested question of all, right? So I'm gonna answer it for you. How long until you make your money back on Amazon?
I'm in the jungle.
And I can hear it already. So yes, I'm not talking about revenue, I'm not talking about sales, I'm talking about profit.
Yes! Yes! I'm in the jungle. I'm in the Amazon. I'm in the jungle. I'm in the Amazon.
Hey, welcome. I'm Franco, the no bullshit Amazon seller. So if you want to learn anything Amazon FBA, but you want to skip the fluff and the pixie dust and the sugar coating, then you've come to the right place. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are an empire builder already, then welcome back. Hopefully your empire is going strong. So how long until you make your money back? How long until you start seeing profits? The number one burning question that I get literally almost every single day. Now, here's the thing. I can't actually answer this question for you. And that's because it's different for everybody. It's gonna depend on so many variables, right? How much time you're putting in, how much money you have to invest, what product you got, all these different things, the timing that you do this. So there's a lot of different variables to it. So there is no exact answer. So sorry, but what I am gonna do, I'm gonna give you a breakdown, a timeline of averages. So you have an idea at least of, okay, if I'm in the average range, this is what I can expect. And then I'm gonna tell you exactly why I think this video is so dangerous. So make sure you watch to the end. Because honestly, if you click on this video and you're interested in this title, then you are already high risk. So please continue to watch so you don't get stuck and what I think a lot of people are gonna get stuck with, all right? So let's get right into that timeline. So let's break this down, all right? So we're gonna start from right now, assuming you have not found a product, you have done nothing, and you're starting at absolutely ground zero, okay? So you start looking for a product. Now I'm gonna do this from zero and then I'll do it from when you actually pay money, okay? So right now, nothing out of the pocket. Maybe you bought Viral Launch, maybe you got your seller account, okay? You're looking for products. So I'd say, now based on just me, what I did when I was starting out and what I've seen and helped, done with hundreds of my students that come through the Amazon FBA Empire Academy and seen the progress that they've gone through, I'd say if you were to spend about an hour a day, okay, an hour every single day for the first month, you should have a product to launch, 100% and without a doubt in my mind, okay? And when I say one product to launch, I'm not saying you spent a month and you just found a single product. I'm saying you spent an hour a day, you found probably 80 products that are potential products, and then you've gone through and verified and gone through, kind of filtered them through and narrowed them down, and now you have probably 4 or 5 products that are good to go. Okay, now you're just deciding between the one of them, and that's an hour a day for a month. Okay, so let's say that's 4 weeks. Now, after that 4 weeks of finding your products, you probably already opened communication lines with your suppliers during that process of validating and getting quotes and whatnot. So let's say it's gonna take you another, let's say max 2 weeks after the 4 weeks to really nail down what you want with your supplier. Maybe you have some special customizations, or you're organizing a bundle, or you're doing different things, and it takes you time because remember, they're also in China, so there's kind of time delay between that. So let's say it's 2 weeks to really finalize your one product between a few suppliers, okay? I wanna clarify, you're probably talking to a few suppliers for the same product, okay? So 2 weeks in, so now we're at 6 weeks. So now that you've finalized that stuff, you're going to get a sample. So it's gonna take about a week for that sample to get to you. So that's about 1 week. So now we're at 7 weeks. So let's just quick recap. You found a product, you found a few suppliers for that product, and you got 3 different samples for that product, and you're 7 weeks in. So now you're gonna probably spend, a few days with those products, test them out, break test them, see what's the best quality, and then you're gonna eventually pick your supplier and then place that order. Okay, so you place that order, let's say on the 8th week. So you're 2 months in, and now you place your order. So this point is where you spent money. Up until this point, you haven't really spent anything. This is when you put your big investment in. So just remember, we're at 8 weeks, okay? So now we're talking about how long is it gonna take for your supplier to actually produce this product and then send it into Amazon. So again, it comes down to so many different variables. It could be literally 20 days, it could be 40 days. So let's just say it's 30 days. Let's call it 4 weeks. 4 weeks to make and ship because, again, I'm assuming this is your first order, so it's a smaller order probably, and you're probably gonna go by air to get that in there faster to Amazon to really test that product out and get that speed to market, okay? So let's say it's 4 weeks. It's been a total of 12 weeks since you started looking for a product, and it's been a total of 4 weeks since you actually placed money and sent your order in. So here's the good thing is that during that 4 week period that your supplier was actually creating and then shipping your product to Amazon, you were doing everything else that you needed to do, right? So you're filling out your listing, your title, your bullet points, your description. Your listing is done. Your images are done. They look great, right? You're preparing for your launch. You're kind of setting everything up in the back end so that once your product is ready to go, you're ready to launch it, okay? So right when your product arrives, at the 12th week, you're launching already. Okay, so now we're talking about how long does it take for you from launch point to actually start making money. So this again, there's a lot of variables. Okay, so sometimes someone will will profit and make money right off the bat, right? Sometimes it takes longer to get traction. Maybe you'll be negative on your first month, and then you'll break even on your second month, and then you'll finally profit on your third month. Okay, that is literally the worst case scenario. That's like if you didn't. You're doing it on your own. You didn't join a program. You didn't find a mentor. You didn't do anything like my Empire Academy, right? And you're trying to wing it and go off your own. That's probably what you can expect. You lose a bit of money. You finally figure it out. You break even and you gain traction. And then on that third month, you're starting to get organic sales. You're starting to bring that in. Now, if you know exactly what you're doing, it can be as quick, usually as 2 weeks to a month to get that going. Because the reason you're breaking even, you're losing money is because when you're launching a product, you're very aggressive with PPC. You're just trying to get a lot of data. You're trying to get clicks. You're trying to get sales, and you're getting that product out there. You're spending money on that, and then maybe you're doing giveaways, right? You're doing launches for specific keywords, and then you're giving products away for free. So it might show on your Seller Central account that you made $15,000, but really you broke even, or you even paid to get some of those sales, right? So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying break even or losing money on those products. Now, generally, for my products, I'm looking at 2 weeks to a month tops till I'm actually up there and really gaining real traction. But again, if you're a complete beginner, worst case scenario, we're talking 3 months, okay? It took 12 weeks to get that product into Amazon starting from absolutely zero, okay? And then it took another 12 weeks for you to start getting traction. And then again, that's if you really were stumbling and didn't know what you're doing. 3 months should be good for you to actually start making profit once your product is arrived. So that's a total of 6 months from the point you started looking for a product, and then actually 3 months from the point that you actually invested your money, okay? So to get a return on your time, 6 months, to get a return on that money, that's 3 months. Now here's where it gets dangerous, because everything I just said, as you're following along, all of it was generalized, averaged out between so many different situations and so many different scenarios. And this is where it gets dangerous, because I know a lot of people are doing, some of you guys are probably taking this as guideline. You're taking this as something solid, right? And that's what it should be. It should be kind of like a base point, so you start imagining and firing off ideas. But what's gonna happen now is some of you, depending on your situation, are gonna think, hey, 3 months, that's awesome. And you get your hopes up, and then it might take you 4 months. And then it might take you 6 months because of mistakes, right? Because of things you didn't know, things you didn't account for, right? And now you're down in the dumps. Or the opposite might happen. Some of you are saying 3 months, wow, that's really long, and I can't afford to do 3 months. I can't afford to wait 3 months, or I'm too scared to wait that long. So you're gonna shy away and not do Amazon FBA when really it might have only taken you 1 month, right? So that's where it's dangerous, because setting out guidelines like this, I know it puts this wall or this bar for people to try to achieve, or a bar that seems too high, when really it comes down to you. It comes down to what are you willing to do? What kind of work are you willing to put in? How much time can you afford to do? How smart are you gonna be about this process, right? Are you willing to take on mentorship and learn from other people? Are you willing to go into free Facebook groups and ask questions? Or are you just gonna try and wing it and kind of dabble here and there? Because that's what it comes down to. It's not about these little timelines or these averages, because at the end of the day, I know why this is the number one question that some of you guys are asking me, right? This is the number one question. It's not because it's not a positive question. You're not asking because you're excited about what my answer would be. You're asking because you're scared of what my answer might be. You want a guarantee, right? You want a guarantee of, hey, I'm gonna place this money down, and JT says within 3 months, I'm guaranteed to get my profit back, right? And I wanna be straight with you, because like I said, I'm the no bullshit Amazon seller. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There is no fucking guarantees, okay? With Amazon FBA, with anything, with any business you join, there is no guarantees. There's always gonna be risk. There is a risk, straight up, that you're going to invest your money in a product and you will lose all your money. That is a real risk, and that's something that happened to me. But I'll tell you why, when I lost that money, I wasn't totally crushed. Because before I started doing Amazon FBA, I had a catering company that was failing. It was in the red, and I was also working a part-time job to support that failing catering company. So it was this thing where I was stuck. Like, I wanted to grow this business, but I couldn't. And I wanted to leave this job, but I couldn't, because it it was a catch-22, right? So I remember I was just knocking on doors. It was a sales job, knocking on doors, trying to sell this product, and I was thinking about Amazon FBA, and I knew about it already. I'm like, should I risk it, right? I have a little bit of money left. If I risk this on Amazon FBA, of course I was thinking what most people are thinking. It's about the what if, right? What if I risk my last few bucks and I risk my credit, I go into debt, and it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? What is gonna happen? And the answer was I'd lose my catering company, I would have no more money left, I would have to move back home with mom and dad, and they'd probably force me to go back to high school, right? And that was literally like, I'd rather walk on burning coals. And then I thought to myself, what's the risk on the flip side? Because whatever you choose to do, any choice you make, there's risk on both sides, right? So that was the risk, that was what I was willing, what would happen if I failed there. But then what was the risk if I didn't start Amazon FBA? What would I be risking, right? I would be risking being stuck at this sales job that I hated. I'd be risking maybe that same time next year, I would be knocking on the same doors, doing the same thing, paying off this catering company that is still doing this, still failing the same, not going up, and I would just be stuck in this cycle, and I would risk doing that for the rest of my life, and I would risk regretting that for the rest of my life. So I had to weigh the risk and the guarantees, right? It's either I acted and I risked losing my money, or I did nothing and I guaranteed that I would stay here for a long ass time and regret it 10 years down the road. So I decided that doing nothing was way riskier than taking action. So if you're there right now, I understand it. I was there myself, but I just want to encourage you to push through. Push through, take that leap of faith, because the what if it does work is way better than the what if it doesn't. And if you don't know where to start, I have a free masterclass linked in the description. I'll help you get going, give you a little bit of confidence. Again, it's totally free, but it's a limited spot. So if you want to sign up and register for that, it is in the description, okay? I'll also link it right up there so you can kind of get started and understand step by step how to build this business if you're totally lost. Okay, I've done it and I've helped hundreds of people do the same thing. I know I can help you do the same thing. All you gotta do is make that choice to commit and take that leap of faith to do it. Okay, so that is the answer. How long does it take you to make money on Amazon? It totally depends on you. If you wanna play the averages, probably 6 months from the time that you start looking for a product, 3 months from the time that you actually place an order. For me, I'll tell you my personal, it took me 6 months from the time that the product was listed that I made $100,000. I made 6 figures in 6 months from the time my products were launched, and profit, I can hear you already, profit was $33,000 on that. Yes! Yes! So I made, if you break it down, about $5,000 a month during that time. So if that's not worth it to you, to do on your spare time, to do at the comfort of your own home, I don't know what is. So if you want more information, click that video right over there, okay? That's gonna help you out. Click my face to subscribe, or click at the bottom to join that masterclass that I was telling you about, and register while the spots are still available. Again, I am doing it limited seating only because I want to make sure you are committed. So that's it. I'm JT Franco. Hopefully you're an empire builder if you subscribe to this channel. Just do not forget, no matter what, your empire awaits.